After reading so many names of professors, I am feeling what I can speak here, being an industry person. So you have got on the stage so many professors. So it is not fair for me to speak much, but I can only share my practical experiences in this forum. NLC, Naval League Corporation, you must have heard. Normally you will be hearing about the coal, but not about the lignite. Lignite is also a part of coal, but it is a low calorific fuel, high moisture, and it is having high stripping ratio, and lignite is available only in the places Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and little bit in Kashmir. 80% of reserves of the country is available only in Tamil Nadu. About 42 billion tons of lignite is available there, but out of that only 15% of the reserves are mineable with the technologies available. This gives a lot of challenges to work, and NLC is the only company in India having more than 55% share of lignite production and more than 60% of lignite based power generation in the country, and is one of the Asia's biggest open cast mines, where the technology has been imported from Germany and using specialized mining equipments. This is it's a very vast mines. Almost we are operating in about 80 square kilometers of area, all different mines, and producing 2740 megawatt of power. And we are having a lot of developmental programs to further progress. In this financial year, we are going to add another 1500 megawatt of power plants in Tamil Nadu itself. Why I am telling is that this mining requires a lot of land. We have to acquire land every year. We cannot just acquire one time land and say that this is a power plant, we can acquire one time land, put a compound wall and the land issues are closed. It is not so. For last 50 years, this an operation. Unless we acquire land in each every year, and unless we have proper help and proper support to the stakeholders, it is not possible to get the land. And every year we acquire about 200 hectares of land, and we are managing it. Times were there when there was no land and the mining operation came to standstill, but by involving all the stakeholders, by all the political parties, by all the village panchayat leaders and all the district administrations, state administrations, we could solve the land, and we are able to progress our advancements, because I already told you more than 80 square kilometers of area is being used for our mining purposes. The only thing is, if anybody has seen Neyveli, the mine and the environment care and the CSR, what I feel, these three are the basic things: the mining, the environmental care, and the CSR. The technology itself, we are having a backfilling technology where the excavated pit is concurrently closed and it is brought up to the almost up to surface level. At the same time, with regard to CSR, we started in the form of peripheral development schemes. Not only now, about 40 years back itself we started with every year spending 50 lakh rupees on that. We have involved the state government, state administration, and this has improved a lot in development of the surrounding areas and having a confidence on the NLC. Yes, if they do some job, it will be nice, and accordingly, we are doing this for last so many years. And the DP guidelines have come only in the 1994, whereas NLC is carrying out this work since last 40 years. And in 1994, DP issued guidelines on social obligations of PSU so as to include social objective in the Articles of Association of companies. Only in 2010, issues guidelines on corporate social responsibility. In 2013, CSR guidelines were integrated with Sustainable Development Guidelines, MOU between the departments and PSUs included CSR as one of the MOU parameters. So whatever we sign with the MOU with the government, this is one of the issue in CSR. This becomes part of our MOU when the CMD signs with the secretary of the ministry concerned. So earlier the norm was 0.5 to 1%, and then it was increased. When it was 0.1%, we were spending, last year we spent around 1.8%, that is 26.3 crores on CSR for the much before the norms we are spending on the CSR. Instead of spending, just now one speaker told us spending, let us say we are investing. It is very right. We are taking care of the people so that they will be always helpful for the main company. Subsequently, we are also having the Companies Act, which has come into picture now. It has made attempt on the CSR guidelines. CSR spending has been made now mandatory. Companies to provide 2% of their profit on CSR to comply or explain. This is what they have used in the Companies Act. And they also said 2% of the last 3 years, that is before tax. So what has been mentioned. So the amount which we have to invest in CSR is going higher and higher. And this CSR is such a issue which has been now very prominently discussed, and also there is a board where independent director is the chairman of the committee, and does all the funds which we are going to spend have to be approved by the board of this board. Then only we can spend this amount, and budget being monitored on quarterly basis by the board every quarter about this expenditure. So this has become a mandatory now, where independent director is made the chairman of the CSR committee. This money, if it is not spent, it has to be carried over for the next following years as per the now new DPE guidelines. We cannot say that we have not spent and just kept it as it is. And in fact, we are spending much higher on the CSR compared to the norms. We also conducted baseline survey before starting the work, and based on the baseline survey, we also approached the state government authorities also, because there were a lot of political pressures for carrying out the jobs in their areas, which is again a matter of discretion comes. So we always involve the district collector also in this affair, so that he takes a balanced view for the development of the surrounding areas. So we spend within the 10-kilometer radius of our expenditure. Under peripheral development scheme, we have done the infrastructure development schemes like drinking water sub facilities, constructing RCC water tanks, roads, school buildings, laboratories, library buildings, the bridges, the primary health centers, the medical facilities, desilting of lakes, water supply for the irrigation, etc., are also being carried out on the basis of the needs and priorities. Mainly, we have taken 10 kilometers as a radius for the core development because that is very much important to us so that we can do it. Earlier, we used to spend on the peripheral development scheme. It was increased to 2 crores per annum. Subsequently, now this CSR guidelines have come. Then apart from that, when our company has achieved 50 years, we have said 10 crores we will spend for the as a Golden Jubilee Fund, and we have carried out a lot of works in that works. And presently, we are desilting one lake, which is costing about 13.72 crores. Only one project costs 13.72 crores. It is able to remove the silt of 21 lakh cubic meters of soil, and the water lake will be capacity will be increased by 2,100 million liters, and around 11,000 acres of agricultural land will be utilized for the agricultural purposes. So this is the major work which we have done, and after this work, we are getting a lot of requisitions from various quarters that they should do the work by NLC in all the surrounding areas. We got community development. Special children also we are supporting by running a school, a Sneha school, where children with disabled areas are being helped by running a school and also giving them the artificial limbs or calipers. And hearing impaired children also, we are giving them coaching in different areas like computer, etc. Widows and destitutes by imparting training and gainfully employing them. Conducting various CSR focused training programs for the benefit of students, teachers, and Neyveli locality. In Neyveli, as told by speaker earlier about education is important. So Neyveli, we are having our management running about 10 schools, 3 higher secondary schools and 2 high schools, 3 middle schools and 2 elementary schools under its management. In these schools, 20,238 students are studying. Out of this, 94.84% are from the surrounding villages only. This is how we ensure that the surrounding people, they get maximum admissions into our schools in township. And we are also having a lot of private schools supported by NLC only. Again, there are totally about 45,000 students are studying in Neyveli campus. Such a small township, but children of 45,000 children are studying in the schools, out of which nearly 80% of children again are from surrounding villages. So this is how we are taking care of education. Apart from this, the training facilities at training center complex, we are having a big complex there, where programs for the school children and teachers, special motivational programs like Jaitu Katvam, which is called as in Tamil, we will show success. That is the caption of the program. And Vetri Padikal, it is stepping stone for success. So this is what we are conducting for the school children who are going to attend the examinations of 10th class and 12th class, so that they get motivation and the courage to face examinations. Like that, we have conducted 23 such programs, and more than 7,870 students have been benefited, and the results have tremendously gone up to 90% above. After these programs, the confidence has been built up among the children to face examination. They don't become nervous. All those things are taught to them. This is one of the good programs where there is a tremendous pressure from us from different quarters that please do such programs so that children are getting motivated to write examination, no fear for examinations. And we are also running an industrial training institute at Rajiv Gandhi Education Society in Barsingsar, where ITI has been being trained different trades so that they get employment. At NLC, we are having a 369 bed hospital, wherein apart from our own employees, we are also giving treatment to our contract workmen. Totally medical facility we are giving to them, including their family members. which runs to about more than 50,000 persons we are giving them, apart from our own employees, which are more than around 16,000 employees. And we have conducted so many medical camps, and 11,284 patients have been covered, with 4 eye camps covering 2,200 people. And we are also giving nutritious foods to AIDS patients, AIDS children. Around 270 affected children, we are giving them every year their fooding requirement, we are taking care. Another best thing is to make them self-independent, independence on their own. That's called skill development, which has become a day of talk, but we are doing for last many years. One of the best things what we are doing is we are giving them training for driving. The training will be given along with them. Per day stipend will be given by NLC, and also they will be ensured that they get a license from the state government authorities. So on the final day, after training program is conducted as per the rules of the state government, heavy license, light vehicle license, it is given in their hand so that they can get job immediately. And also for operation heavy maintenance of vehicles, earthing equipments, and even from females, they also come forward for some training of light vehicle also. And tailoring courses, beautician courses. Because nowadays you can see many beautician parlors coming up, so they are getting trained in that. Computer, bakery, etc. And last year about 200 persons have been trained in these such small trades also, so that they become independent. Of course, whenever there any natural affecting will be there, we are going to support that time. We have support also, like in tsunami, we have supported. And anything, Thane cyclone hit the Cuddalore district, at that time again NLC extended full help for this administration. So there are different programs which we are conducting, and also we are having a what you call Women in Public Sector, WIPS. It's called as WIPS, Women in Public Sector, a wing in our company, because more than 1,200 employees are our women employees. About 7% is there about our women employees. So they also have an association, and we encourage that. And also apart from that, ladies club is there, which they form the self-help groups and conduct so many healthcare camps and service, etc. apart from this. And recently, all of you know that about the Swachh Bharat program, which is being held and given a lot of priority and importance, lot of deadlines and commitments we have been asked. So about 2,500 toilets we are going to construct in Tamil Nadu, in Cuddalore district, and also the parts of Tamil Nadu. So there was the mandate given by our ministry, and definitely toilets, which is a big shortfall, big setback in all schools. We find that the girls